Benjamin Franklin, the virtue of industry and a strong work ethic. What would life be if we had no courage to attempt anything? Welcome, and let me pose to you a stirring query. How does one measure the weight of a single drop of sweat as it falls from the brow of a toiling artisan? Is it merely water, or is it the very essence of human spirit and endeavor? I am Benjamin Franklin, a humble servant of curiosity and a stalwart friend to diligence. You have come seeking wisdom on the virtue of industry and the fortitude of a strong work ethic. And I, having lived a life steeped in these principles, am here to share with you the lessons that have shaped nations and carved histories. The seed of prosperity, discipline and daily habits. In my youth, I was not unfamiliar with the straitened circumstances, but I learned that the most fertile soil for the seed of prosperity is discipline. It is this very discipline that commands the sun to rise, not in the sky, but within the chambers of one's own heart. Click subscribe to this channel. To get more profound lessons from the legend, consider the diligent blacksmith. With each strike while the iron is hot, he shapes not just metal, but his destiny. As I, too, worked in my printing press, I realized that the typeset for each page was a metaphor for life, meticulous, precise, and deliberate. It is in the small daily habits that the character is forged, much like the newspapers and almanacs that I published. They were daily reminders of the world's workings and one's own inner workings. I ask you now, what are the daily rituals that you adhere to? Do they lead you to the life you wish to live? I once said, early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. This was not mere fancy, but a lived truth. In the quiet hours of the dawn, when the world slept, I found my mind most clear, my resolve most firm. It is in these hours that I would read, write, and reflect upon the day ahead. The forge of innovation, continuous learning, and curiosity. Innovation is not a thunderous moment of epiphany, but the relentless pursuit of curiosity. As I embarked upon experiments with electricity, it was my insatiable need to understand the nature of things that led me to discoveries, not any inherent genius I possessed. You too possess this flame of curiosity. Have you tended to it, nurtured it with the fuel of continuous learning, or have you allowed the winds of complacency to extinguish it? I did not discover the principles of electricity overnight. It was through tireless examination and the willingness to question even the most fundamental truths of the time that I was led to the kite and key experiment, which many of you may know well. And from this, I remind you of my words. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. But let me ask, where have you invested your intellectual wealth? What dividends of understanding have you reaped? The harmony of collaboration, networking, and mutual improvement. None of us, no matter how industrious, is an island entire of itself. My ventures were never solo feats. They were symphonies of collaboration. The Junto Club, a collective of like-minded individuals, was not merely a social gathering but a crucible of shared improvement. As you walk through life, do you walk alongside others who sharpen your intellect and bolster your spirit? Or do you tread a solitary path, missing the chance for collective elevation? It was through the Junto that libraries were born, fire brigades were organized, and even the University of Pennsylvania found its genesis. These were not monuments to individual achievement, but testaments to the power of collective endeavor, the reflection of integrity, reputation, and moral character. Finally, let us speak of the mirror that is one's reputation. It reflects not just the image of a man, but the sum of his actions and the substance of his character. Without integrity, all other virtues falter. Have you considered the reflection that you cast in the still waters of society? Is it one of truth and principle, or is it distorted by the ripples of deceit? In my print shop, honesty was not just a policy, but the very currency of our trade. My reputation for truth and reliability opened doors that no key of gold could. As I negotiated treaties and engaged in the politics of a fledgling nation, it was the solid ground of trust upon which I stood. Therein lies the structure of our discourse: discipline, curiosity, collaboration, and integrity. These are the cornerstones upon which the mighty edifice of industry is built. Now, I shall leave you with a question to distill the essence of our conversation. What edifice will you build with the days and years allotted to you? And how will the virtues of industry and a strong work ethic illuminate your path? Remember, the world will not dictate your worth. It is you who wields the chisel and hammer upon the marble of your life. Go forth and sculpt a masterpiece. This concludes the first part of our exploration into the virtue of industry and a strong work ethic. You have been bestowed with the foundation of discipline and daily habits. Remember, it is the steadfast dedication to these habits that will elevate your endeavors from the mundane to the extraordinary. The Loom of Legacy: Weaving Success Through Perseverance and Innovation. Let us proceed, for the journey of industry is long and our time is fleeting. The second part of our discourse centers upon the robust backbone of any industrious life: perseverance in the face of adversity and the tireless engine of innovation. Perseverance, the unseen companion of success. Perseverance, my dear friend, is the quiet companion that walks beside you through the storms and the sunshine of your endeavors. It asks for no praise, yet it is deserving of all. Remember, if you would not be forgotten as soon as you are dead and rotten, either write things worth reading or do things worth the writing. The pages of history are littered with tales of those who showed great promise, yet it is the persevering, not the promising, that carve their names into the bedrock of time. I, too, faced the tempest of trials and tribulations. My journey was far from a straight path. It was a winding road filled with setbacks, yet with each step, I forged ahead, knowing that each challenge was but a stepping stone to greater heights. Do you view your challenges as insurmountable walls or as stepping stones? The answer to this question, my friend, may very well determine the altitude of your achievements. Innovation, the child of necessity and mother of prosperity. Innovation is not the spark of a moment. It is the enduring flame of a questioning mind. It is the child of necessity, born out of the need to solve the puzzles that life presents us with. Consider the tale of my stove, a simple yet effective design that revolutionized home heating. It was not born out of a desire for fame or fortune, but out of the necessity to improve efficiency and safety. As you journey through life, do you wait for innovation to knock upon your door, or do you actively seek out the problems that demand innovative solutions? The world is full of puzzles, yearning for a keen mind and a determined hand to solve them. This chapter of our discussion has woven together the resilient threads of perseverance and innovation to create the fabric of a successful life. These are not merely concepts, but actionable virtues that, when practiced, lead to results that echo through the ages. As you reflect upon these lessons, consider this: how will you apply the steadfastness of perseverance and the ingenuity of innovation to your own tapestry of life? The Symphony of Synergy, mastering the art of connection and cooperation. As we continue our journey, let us turn our attention to the invaluable role of connection and cooperation in cultivating a robust work ethic and the fruits of industry. The art of connection, building bridges that last. In the tapestry of human achievement, each thread may seem solitary, but it is the weaver's skill in connecting these threads that creates a masterpiece. In much the same way, it is the connections we forge with others that can transform our solitary pursuits into enduring legacies. During my time, I have seen firsthand how the power of a single connection can change the course of one's destiny. Take, for instance, the creation of the first lending library in America, an endeavor that would not have been possible without the collective effort and support of the Junto Club. This was more than a collection of books. It was a web of knowledge, accessible to all who sought to learn and improve. In your own journey, do you seek to build bridges with those around you? Do you recognize the strength in numbers, the wisdom in counsel, and the power of shared vision? Cooperation, the harmony that magnifies success. Cooperation is akin to a symphony orchestra. Each musician may play a different instrument, but it is their harmony that creates a concerto. Similarly, in the endeavors of industry, it is the harmony of different talents, perspectives, and skills that amplifies success. Reflect upon the creation of the American Philosophical Society, which brought together the brightest minds of the colonies. It was a melting pot of ideas, a furnace for innovation, and a testament to the power of cooperative intellect. And so, I pose to you a question of reflection. How will you contribute to the symphony around you? What music will you create through the cooperation of your talents with those of others? This segment of our conversation has highlighted the symphony of synergy, where the art of connection and the harmony of cooperation play a central role in the composition of an industrious life. The pillars of trust, erecting an edifice of integrity and reputation. We now arrive at the final cornerstone of our expansive dialogue, where we shall consider the paramount importance of integrity and reputation in the edifice of industry and the work ethic that sustains it. Integrity, the bedrock of all virtues. In the grand design of personal and professional achievements, integrity forms the bedrock upon which all other virtues stand. It is the unwavering commitment to do what is right, regardless of who is watching and regardless of the immediate consequences. In my own life, whether as a printer, scientist, or statesman, I strove to act with integrity. It was this steadfast adherence to moral principles that earned me the trust of my contemporaries, and more importantly, allowed me to trust in myself. For what good is the applause of a crowd if one cannot bear the silence of one's own conscience? I challenge you to ask yourself, does integrity guide your actions even when the path of righteousness is fraught with obstacles? Is your moral compass steadfast, guiding you through both calm and stormy seas? Reputation, the shadow cast by one's deeds. Reputation is the shadow cast by one's deeds, stretching far beyond one's presence. It is the collective memory of the actions one takes and the decisions one makes. A well-earned reputation becomes a beacon that can guide others, inspire trust, and open doors that no key of gold could. I have always believed that it takes many good deeds to build a good reputation, and only one bad one to lose it. Therefore, guard your reputation with the same vigilance you would use to protect your most treasured possessions. Consider then, what shadow do you cast? Does your reputation precede you as a herald of honor and reliability? Or does it whisper tales of inconsistency and unfulfilled promises? As we conclude this final part of our exploration, the pillars of trust, let us acknowledge that integrity and reputation are not merely the end products of a well-lived life, but are also the guiding stars that should navigate our every decision. With the completion of our dialogue, I leave you with a parting reflection. How will the virtues of discipline, curiosity, collaboration, integrity, and the work ethic illuminate your path? What legacy will you build upon the foundation of these timeless principles? As you ponder these questions, remember that the edifice you construct through your life's work is not solely for your own shelter, but stands as a lighthouse for future generations to find their way. It has been my privilege to accompany you on this journey through the virtues of industry. May the wisdom of these principles guide you as you continue to sculpt the marble of your life into a masterpiece worthy of remembrance.